Hey you all, this is Brian, and you are watching the Dark Age channel.
Remember the good old days when you could waltz into a grocery store, blissfully unaware of the looming price hikes? Well, those days are slipping away faster than a cart with a wonky wheel. As we roll into 2024, holding onto your wallet might just become as essential as holding onto your shopping cart. Grocery shopping isn't just a chore anymore. It's turning into a strategic game where knowing what to buy and when could save you big bucks. But first things first, understanding what's at stake is key. In this video, we're diving into the top 10 food items that are expected to hit our wallets the hardest in 2024. We'll explore the whys and hows of these price surges and, most importantly, share some smart strategies to help you navigate these choppy financial waters. So get ready because you're going to want to remember these tips when you hit the grocery aisles. Let's get started. Number 1. Wheat. Taking the top spot at number 1, we've got wheat, a major player in our diets, from bread to pasta, and even in some unexpected places. Here's the rub: global supply disruptions, especially those stemming from the conflict in Ukraine, are sending wheat prices sky high. So, how can we navigate this wheaty situation without our grocery bills ballooning? Firstly, consider other grains. There is a whole world of grains out there beyond wheat. Think oats, rye, or barley. These can often be used in place of wheat in many recipes and might not be as affected by the price surge. Plus, they bring new flavors and textures to the table, which can be a fun culinary adventure. Another strategy is to buy in bulk, especially when you find a good deal. Flour, for instance, can be stored for quite a while if you keep it in a cool, dry place. This way, you can stock up when prices are lower and ride out the more expensive periods. Also, keep an eye out for sales and discounts. Grocery stores often have promotions, and this can be a great time to buy wheat products like pasta or cereal. Stocking up during a sale can mean significant savings over time. Number 2, rice. Alright, let's talk about rice, which is sitting at number 2 on our list. Rice is a staple in many households, but it's looking like we might have to shell out more bucks for this versatile grain. Here are ways to work around those price increases and keep rice on your dinner table. First off, buy in bulk. If you've got the storage space, stocking up on rice when prices are reasonable can save you from paying more later. Rice has a long shelf life, so it's a safe bet for bulk buying. Plus, having a good stash of rice means you're ready for a variety of meals. Another strategy is to keep your eyes peeled for deals and discounts. Sometimes stores will run promotions on rice, especially larger bags. When you spot these deals, it's a good time to grab a bag or two. If you're open to it, exploring different types of rice can also be a smart move. Some varieties might be less affected by price increases than others. Who knows, you might discover a new favorite. And finally, think about diversifying your grains. Quinoa, barley, or bulgur can be great alternatives to rice in many dishes. They offer new flavors and textures and might just be more wallet-friendly at the moment. Number 3, beef. Cruising into spot number 3, we've got beef, and its prices are climbing faster than a cowboy at a rodeo, all thanks to a mix of weather woes, higher feed costs, and a heap of environmental regulations. Luckily, there are ways to keep beef on your plate without busting your budget. First up, consider buying in bulk. This might mean teaming up with friends or family to buy a larger cut or even a whole cow if you have the freezer space. It's an upfront investment, sure, but it can lead to significant savings per pound. Plus, you get to enjoy a variety of cuts over time. Another move is to be flexible with your beef choices. Instead of always going for premium cuts like ribeye or sirloin, why not try some of the less expensive cuts? With the right recipe and a little kitchen know-how, these can be just as delicious. Think slow-cooked stews or marinated flank steaks. If you're open to it, mixing in some plant-based or alternative protein sources throughout the week can also ease the strain on your wallet. This way, when you do splurge on beef, it feels more like a treat. Lastly, keep an eye out for sales and markdowns. Grocery stores often discount meat that's approaching its sell-by date, which is perfect for cooking right away or freezing for later. Number 4, chicken. All right, let's talk chicken, strutting in at number 4 on our list. It seems like chicken is becoming the go-to meat, especially with beef prices going through the roof. But don't start waving goodbye to your chicken dinners just yet. There are some smart ways to keep chicken on your table without ruffling your budget too much. First, think about buying whole chickens instead of pre-cut parts. Yeah, it might take a little more time in the kitchen, but you'll often get more bang for your buck. Plus, you can use every part of it. Roast the chicken, make broth with the bones, you name it. Another strategy? Keep an eye out for sales and stock up when prices dip. Chicken freezes well, so you can stash it away for later. This way, you can buy at a lower price and enjoy it over time. If you're feeling adventurous, how about exploring other protein sources? Things like beans, lentils, or tofu can be great alternatives and are often easier on the wallet. Mixing up your protein sources can not only save you money but also add some variety to your meals. And here's a pro tip. If you have the space and the inclination, raising your own chickens for meat is an option. It's a commitment, but it can be a rewarding way to control your food source and cut costs in the long run. Number 5. Dairy products. Hitting the halfway mark at number 5, let's talk about dairy products. The price of dairy is on the rise, and it's not just about the cows. So what can you do to keep enjoying your dairy favorites without milking your budget dry? Here are a few strategies that might just be your cup of tea or glass of milk. First off, consider buying in bulk. This is especially handy for products like cheese and butter, which have a longer shelf life. Warehouse stores or bulk sections in supermarkets often offer better deals. You get more bang for your buck and, hey, who doesn't want an extra block of cheese in the fridge? Another tip, keep an eye out for sales and stock up. Dairy products go on sale pretty regularly, so when you see a good deal, grab it. You can even freeze milk and butter for later use. They hold up pretty well. Finally, if you're really into dairy, how about making some of it at home? Things like yogurt, simple cheeses, and even butter aren't too tricky to whip up. There are tons of tutorials online, and it can be a fun kitchen project. Plus, homemade always has that extra special touch. Number 6, fruits and vegetables. Landing at number 6, we've got fruits and veggies on the lineup. If you're a fan of fresh produce, who isn't, you might have noticed those prices doing a little upward dance lately. It's not just your imagination. From apples to zucchini, the cost is creeping up, and it's got a lot to do with the weather playing hardball and giving farmers a tough time. Here are ways to keep enjoying nature's bounty without feeling the pinch too hard. First up, consider going seasonal. Buying fruits and vegetables that are in season can save you a pretty penny. They're often cheaper and tastier too, since they don't have to travel halfway around the world to get to your plate. Another solid move? Hit up your local farmers market. Not only do you get to support local farmers, high five for that, but you often snag some deals that beat supermarket prices. Plus, it's a fun way to spend a Saturday morning. If you've got a green thumb or want to develop one, growing your own produce can be a game changer. Whether it's a few pots of herbs on your windowsill or a full-blown garden in the backyard, homegrown fruits and veggies can cut costs dramatically. It's also pretty satisfying to eat something you've grown yourself. And don't forget about frozen and canned options. They can be just as nutritious as fresh produce and often come with a smaller price tag. They're perfect for out-of-season cravings and can help you avoid waste since they last longer. Number 7. Pet food. All right, let's talk about pet food, coming in at number 7 on our radar. For all the pet parents out there, you've probably noticed that the cost of keeping Fido and Fluffy well-fed is inching up. And it's not just a small bump. We're seeing some real jumps in prices. So, what can you do to keep your furry friends' bellies full without emptying your wallet? First off, consider buying pet food in bulk. You'll often find better deals on larger bags or multi-packs, and if you've got the storage space, it's a smart move. Plus, fewer trips to the store mean more time for belly rubs and fetch. Another strategy? Look for deals and coupons. Yeah, it might sound old school, but those weekly flyers and digital coupons can be a goldmine for discounts on pet food. Keep an eye out, and you could snag some serious savings. And here's a pro tip. Don't overlook store brands. They often have the same quality ingredients as the big names, but at a more palatable price point. Making the switch can be a smooth move for your budget. Finally, if you're feeling adventurous, consider making homemade pet food. There are tons of recipes online that can guide you in preparing nutritious meals for your pets. It's a great way to know exactly what's going into their food, and it can be more cost-effective in the long run. Number 8. Canned goods. All right, let's chat about canned goods, sliding in at number 8 on our list. You might not think much about those cans of beans, veggies, or soup stacked in your pantry, but here's the scoop. They're about to get pricier. There's talk of tariffs potentially jacking up those prices by as much as 300%. Crazy, right? So, what's a can-loving shopper to do when faced with climbing costs for these pantry staples? First, think about buying in bulk. When you spot a sale, stock up on your canned favorites. This move could save you some serious cash in the long run, especially if prices continue to climb. Plus, canned goods have a pretty impressive shelf life, so you're not just saving money, you're prepping for the future too. Another strategy? Go generic. Store brands often offer the same quality as name brands but at a fraction of the cost. Switching to these could cushion the blow to your wallet. Lastly, consider alternative packaging. With canned goods getting pricier, it might be time to look at dried or frozen options for some items. They can be just as nutritious and often more wallet-friendly. Lastly, if you're into baking, consider mixing wheat flour with other types of flour to stretch it further. This can also add some nutritional variety to your baked goods.